Hello folks and welcome back. Root Beer here with question number 4 on the Cayley paper. That's the 10th grade level paper from the year 2003 put out by the University of Waterloo. You can click the link in the description, get a copy of this contest to try for yourself, and I always encourage that. Question number 4 says, if 5% of a number is 8, what is 25% of that same number? So we're being told there is a number and 5% of it is 8. So I don't know what this number is, but maybe I'd like to figure out what it is. So I'm going to say, let x be our mystery number. We're going to use a little bit of algebra. So we're told that 5% of x is equal to 8. Well, how do we calculate percents? Well, all percents are out of 100. They're per cent, cent being Latin for 100. So like per kilometer, per cent, per out of 100. So if I want to figure out 5% of something, what I do is I turn it into a fraction. I can't just do 5 multiplied by x. That's not going to work. I turn it into a fraction. And now I can multiply it by x. And I treat the percents as though they were units like centimeters or kilometers per hour or something else. So 5 out of 100 x, that's really just 1 out of 20 x, is equal to 8. So if I want x by itself, I do x and multiply by 20 on both sides. I get 160. So my starting mystery number is 160. Now I wasn't asked for what 160 is. I wasn't asked for my mystery number. I have 5% of a number is 8. What's 25% of that same number? Okay. Well, we have what it is, so let's work it out. 25% of 160. Convert that into a fraction. Multiply it by 160. That's going to turn out to be 1/4 of 160. And that's going to turn out to be 40. Hopefully 40 is one of those answers. It's A. Now, you didn't have to figure out x to solve this question. You could realize that 25% of something is 5 times 5% of something. Okay? But we know what that 5% of something is. It's 8. So it should be 5 times 8, which is 40. Why is 25% of x 5 times 5% of x? Well, we treat them like units. What's 5 times 5%? Well, what's 5 times 5 centimeters? 25 centimeters. So it should be 25%. And that's the reason that we could have just done this and done 5 times 8 to get our answer of 40 as well. So that's sort of a slick way of doing it if you realize that percents can just be multiplied by whole numbers like this. But working out what x was, being 160, that works just fine as well, and both of them were really the same amount of time, almost. Okay. So either way, we get an answer of A. And that concludes question number 4. So we're almost halfway through part A on the contest. Join me in the next video for question number 5.